All right. So, did you catch anything, any articles or anything like that? Or I have plenty to talk about.
There's apparently a helium shortage that I did not know about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Helium, or like here in the U.S. or
the world?
The world? Oh.
Yeah. Apparently, like in the world, it's kind of an issue.
And what was this article? When was this posted?
Well, apparently it's been going on for they've known about it for like the last year, but it's only become apparent now.
Huh.
And like the bigger chunk of the articles were posted in like August, but then I read a couple in the last like few days, and then because like we bought balloons for the birthday party, and the lady was like, yeah, we can't do like pre-order stuff, but if you want to come back on the day of your event and like to get them filled up, we can do that. They're like, we have a helium shortage, so we we can't do pre-order on the balloons. And I was like, oh, okay. It's different. I was like, the sun is made out of fucking helium. We have a helium shortage? But apparently, like, it's not that we have a helium shortage. Like, there's some place in Texas, I think it was.
Right.
And there's like a shit ton of helium there. But there's like the helium's being used basically to pay off some sort of like land debt. And the government, they made a contract that ends like soon with the government.
Right.
And so it's up to the government to like go back in and like re-vote on it.
Right. To reinstate it.
Reinstate it. Because otherwise, like, they'll stop harvesting the gas pretty much. And there's going to be just like tons of it left over.
Right.
Like, and it'll just sit there and do nothing. Like, it's like, so we've got all this. Because apparently, I didn't realize that helium affects so much. Like, it's not just balloons. It's like MRI in hospital. Like,
right.
Medical industry, like, they need it for like MRI images and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
it's also used in the scuba tanks, I've heard.
Yeah.
Some of it. Some.
They use a mixture.
Yeah, of air and oxygen and helium and all.
Yeah, like there's I think a little bit of helium, nitrogen, and oxygen.
Yeah. Huh. That's really interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was
helium of all things.
Yeah. I was like, what? Like, I didn't see that coming.
If we're short on nitrogen, I'm going to kill myself.
That'd be terrible.
That'd be terrible.
So bad.
I know. or carbon.
Yeah,
that'd be fucking absolutely terrible. Awful. All right. Anyways, welcome to the maybe I believe it's the 8th episode.
Sounds about right to me.
Yeah, of the podcast. As always, I'm here and Corey as well.
Yep.
So we got plenty to talk about, and one of them is as you know, GTA 5 is out, and that just blew all sales like from other video games pretty much. It made $1 billion within 3 days already.
Yeah, that's insane.
That is insane. And I think the next like best selling game was Black Ops 2, and that made $1 billion in a week or something like that.
Yeah,
more than a week.
It took more time.
Yeah, but it took more time. But yeah, GTA 5 blew away Black Ops 2 and broke records pretty much when it came to sales. And people have been really saying, it's a great game and all that stuff, and it just added so much stuff into the game, and including the story stuff. Like I heard it's like 100 hours.
Holy crap!
Yeah, so you definitely get your $65 worth, including tax and all that stuff. But yeah, I got a copy of it just yesterday, and then I have yet to play it, so I'm gonna save that so we can play it right after this podcast. So
okay.
Yep, for some first impressions and stuff like that. We're not gonna go all the way, of course, because
sweet Jesus, no.
no, it's way too goddamn long. But another interesting thing is that the online part is not in the game, but it's going to be out in October or something like that.
Okay, so they're gonna release it as
like DLC or
DLC.
And I think you probably have to pay most likely, but. Yep, that's how the gaming industry is pretty much today. And along that line, I want to share an article that kind of mentions GTA 5. A mentally challenged man got a copy of GTA 5, but was unfortunately robbed and beaten by two people and was robbed of that copy of GTA 5. Yeah. And, of course, I'm not going to point out any race or anything like that because, whatever, fucking doesn't matter. But anyways, fortunately, the victim didn't suffer any, serious injury and all that stuff.
Okay.
And those two were thrown in jail and all that stuff.
Should be.
As they should be.
Sons of bitches.
But after that, he got pretty much a copy of GTA 5, but also he got the this bundle package, which is like around $100 or something like that, for free.
Shit.
Yeah, and I think because this happened at a GameStop, and I think like people know him. He's like a frequent customer. So what happened was I think people like also donated more stuff to him or something like that for free, and yeah. So,
well, that's cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. So, yeah, shitty story, but it had a great ending. So,
I like when stuff works out like that. Kind of speaking on that topic, like deviates slightly from gaming, but to the fact that like I've met quite a few people who are, how do we say, challenged, and they're always like frequenters of the same locations.
Yeah.
Like they constantly go to the same place. Like I used to work at a grocery store. We had this guy who came in like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday.
Yeah.
Like all the time. And he would buy a Snickers bar and a 6-pack of like whatever water we had. Every single day that he came in, he would buy that. And so we all knew him. So like I always kind of have like that connection when you got somebody who like they have a routine, they do their thing, like they're
like know them and all that
doing, and you get to know them.
Yeah.
So I got a soft spot in my heart for people, who are just literally living their life the way that they are living it, how we would live our lives.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that those bastards were thrown in jail.
And he got something.
And he got a whole bunch of free shit out of it.
I know, right? And yeah, it's not like he got seriously injured. He's not. He's okay.
He's in a hospital or anything like that.
Yeah, he's not like thrown in the wheelchair for the rest of his life.
Yeah,
or anything. Yeah, that'd be awful.
That would suck.
That would suck. I just want to briefly also bring up that Sega bought Atlus. So for those of you who don't know, Atlus is it's a company that's known for games like Persona and other sort of underrated RPG games, and it's a Japanese company, I believe. But over the years, they haven't been really making any money, and they declared bankruptcy and all that. And well, and pretty much it went to that point where they had to pretty much sell their assets or be bought by another company, and that company is Sega. So
that's not a half bad company to be bought up by, if we're gonna be honest.
Yeah, I didn't expect that though. I thought Nintendo would be grabbing that company or whatever, but nope, it's Sega. So, and that actually kind of gets me a little excited because there's always a possibility of like like a crossover game with like Sonic the Hedgehog or maybe like the Persona universe. That'd be really cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, and who knows where the Persona franchise is gonna go from there now that Sega is giving providing them the needs and the paper to actually make the game. So yeah.
I think it'd be really cool for that buyout right there to create enough revenue for Sega as a whole. I'm just saying, I would love to see another Sega console.
Oh yeah.
That could be very, very long-winded wishful thinking, but I'm
like the return of the Dreamcast or something somehow. Yeah.
Genesis Mark II.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
I'd buy one.
Yeah. It's really unfortunate that Dreamcast kind of died out.
Yeah.
Because I think it's just pretty much because of the PS3. PS3. I mean, on PS2. Sorry.
Yeah, that was like the final knife to it, pretty much.
Yeah, the nail. Yeah, the nail that closed the coffin, pretty much. But Dreamcast was like, it was so memorable because it brought so many arcade games to a console.
Yeah.
So it was like the console that had all these arcade games, and then after that, it was all the other consoles that brought in the arcade games.
Yeah, and they feel native on a Dreamcast.
It's still it felt great.
Yeah, like when you're playing Dreamcast, you're like, oh, this is an arcade. Like it doesn't feel weird, but like I have some like classic arcade game kind of packs that I got like back in the day on PS2 and everything, and they feel weird.
You're like, oh, something's not right.
Playing PlayStation, but this is an arcade game. Like this isn't right, but on Dreamcast it just felt right.
Yeah. It's like just like the arcade, but in a Dreamcast.
Yeah.
I definitely felt that experience when I went over to my friend's house to play that Dreamcast. I never owned a Dreamcast, and I remember playing Soul Calibur and Soul Edge. Those are like the really old titles for the Soul Calibur series, and those are really fun to play even on the Dreamcast. And besides the arcade machine, those are really fun fighting games to mess around and stuff like that. Yeah, but I think this is a really tough time for any company to start up a console, especially those big three.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially now.
Especially now.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah. There was a mall shooting in Kenya. Did you hear about that?
I kind of caught it earlier today. Actually, I was watching it was like a terrorist base kind of shooting, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I briefly caught that on Yahoo too.
Yeah, I'm gonna double check on it right now.
Yeah, you use the Nexus if you want. So you don't use your data or whatever the hell.
Oh, it's all right. We've got 6 gigabytes of data.
Oh yeah. All right.
We're gonna see if I can get close to 6 gigabytes.
Get your use of data.
Yeah. Top stories.
Put that on vibrate.
Kenya, Westgate Shopping Mall. Okay, that's what confused me because I didn't hear that it was in Kenya. I just heard Westgate Shopping Mall.
Yeah,
and that sounds like like Middle America shopping mall.
Yeah. It's like, what the fuck? No, it's in Kenya. And I also caught that one of former President Clinton's staffers was one of the victims who got shot and killed, I think.
Wow.
And unfortunately, she was pregnant as well. So that's as bad as it sounds, it's a 2-for-1 kill. So, jeez. Really unfortunate, and our deepest condolences to those who knew the victims that lost their lives on that today. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
This is even more crazy. The Kenyan Foreign Minister Amina Mohammed has said that 2 or 3 Americans and 1 Brit were among the attackers.
Wait. So
it's saying that there were 2 or 3 American individuals who were attackers.
Huh.
So I mean, though I don't know like their ethnicity or anything. But just in my general assumption, I'm assuming that they were probably like American citizens, but they were in some way, shape, or form connected to like origins from
Africa or something.
Like yeah.
Some kind of African origin. Yeah. But one British shooter, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Was it somebody? The Kenya Chief of Defense Forces General Julius Karangi said the terrorists are allied with Al-Shabaab, a Somali group loyal to Al Qaeda that has been fighting for years in Somalia to force it to convert to an Islamist theocracy. Okay. Yeah. So that kind of. Yeah, so maybe there were some like loyals who were living in America and were therefore deemed American citizens or whatever, and so that's how they're connected. That is crazy stuff. Yeah.
I also found an article that was like a few weeks back, and then this is a modification on a rifle that it would mimic automatic fire, and it's completely legal, and yeah, it's really crazy.
Yeah, these things are really cool. Like, I'm super familiar with firearms and how they work and all sorts of cool things that you can do. And this, like, I was kind of shocked that something like this was just now popping up in like a news article.
Yeah.
Because one of the coolest. Okay, well, I think it's freaking cool, but I'm not telling you to run out and do this. I'm not going to give you links to instructions or any shit like that. But you can basically make something, with materials you can find at your home, called a bump stick. And then if you own like a pistol or anything like that, that's a semi-automatic. You can very easily slide these two together, and you can get pretty doggone close to like fully automatic rate of fire.
Man.
like bump stocks, bump sticks, slide fire. Like they're freaking cool, and they're totally legal. It's awesome.
That is, yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, for those who don't know, I mean, yeah, any automatic weapon is illegal.
Yeah,
to
you can
the
have
citizens.
certain You can own them, but they're very, very, very expensive to get the permits to do so. So
Yeah.
I mean, unless you've got that, he's saying it's illegal.
Pretty much illegal without an exclusive permit, pretty much.
Yeah.
Normally. But yeah, with these mods, yeah, you're able to have automatic fire on your, let's say AK-47 or whatever automatic, or semi-automatic rifle that you have, or
like
pistol.
I've seen them for AR-15s, which is what the government keeps calling assault rifles, and they're not. AR stands for Armalite rifle.
Yeah, that's the company's.
Yeah, it's the company that.
Not Assault Rifle 15, no.
Yeah, not Assault Rifle 15. It's
Yeah.
the company that originally manufactured the design.
Yeah.
So that's why it's called AR-15.
Yeah.
When other companies bought the rights to manufacture similar firearms,
Yeah.
they put that in there as a designation of where
And
it
that's
came
how
from.
and that's how the M16 got its design. It's from
Yep.
that same company.
It's from that same company.
Yeah.
Once you designed it.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, yeah, real interesting thing kind of on the firearm line of things that I noticed. So we had that Navy Yard shooting.
Oh yeah.
In DC, right?
Yeah.
And if you haven't caught on, I'm very pro Second Amendment. I've studied the Constitution for, like my own fun kind of thing. Like I know what's in there, I know how it is, it's all laid out. And I believe that the Second Amendment is pretty important to us as people of the United States of America. And living in California is shitty if you ever want to own any kind of firearm.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's out of the way. So the DC shooting, right? If you recall, Vice President Joe Biden, hereby known as Uncle Joe, a couple months back told everybody to go out and buy a shotgun. Buy a shotgun. What do you need an assault rifle for? Buy a shotgun. Right? Buy a shotgun. Well, turns out that the gentleman who was responsible for the Navy Yard shootings took Uncle Joe's advice and bought a shotgun. So look here, if the vice president doesn't know jack fucking shit about firearms, and he's like, "Oh, buy a shotgun, you'll be safe with a shotgun," and people are taking his advice, like, that just says the government doesn't know shit about gun control.
No.
And you don't need to keep enforcing, bottlenecking, and choking out, law-abiding citizens' right to own firearms to protect themselves. You need to really put something in place for the people who have and show signs of, like, mental instability. Like, we need to do something to help them so that they're not wanting to resort to this level of violence.
Yeah.
Because...
There should be some kind of like psychological test in order to see if they're even sane enough to, own those kinds of firearms.
Yeah, like combining them, because his medical record showed that like he was not doing too great in the mental health department.
Yeah.
So they're like, just make the system so that it lines up. Like when the dealer goes and runs your background check, like it'll pull for like mental, like, quick health record kind of things. Like, I'm personally willing to let that information, like, pop up. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm totally cool with my mental health. Like, I am all there. I'm all put together. So, let that show up real quick. That there's, like, a little green checkbox next to mentally sane or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they run it, they're like, all right, this guy's good. They're like, no, this guy's probably not too hot right now. He's been to,
Yeah, he's got
a psychiatrist in the last 3 months. He's not doing too good. He probably shouldn't buy a gun for, like, 12 months.
In his record is even kind of not exactly clean, so we're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to hold back.
You have to hold back on the firearm for you.
Yeah, but stupid, shitty bans and everything, like what they're trying to do is a horrible idea. And even then, like how they've all bitched about background checks, right? Background checks.
Yeah.
Well, the guy who bought the shotgun passed a fucking background check, so your point's invalid. Your point is fucking valid. You know what I was thinking about the other day is how fun of a conversation I could have with our president. Like, I just want to meet him and be like, Mr. President, have you ever shot a gun before in your life? And if his answer is no, like, I feel like you just don't have any room to make, like, a decision on it. Like, you can't make that kind of decision.
Yeah.
It's like saying that you hate sushi. But if you've never had the stuff,
yeah, you don't know what the fuck it tastes like, and
exactly, you don't get it. Like,
you don't get it, yeah.
I personally know that I'm not a big fan. I have had it, I have tried it. I'm just not into it.
Yeah.
Like, there's some kind of certain pieces, if you will, that I will eat. Because like the texture's fine with me, the taste is fine with me, and all that. I'll do that. But the other stuff I know I don't like it because I tried it. But if these guys over here, never shot a gun before kind of stuff, you've never tried it. So you don't know that you don't like it. You would understand. You
have to understand the dangers and, like, the capabilities of each weapon in order to, like, put an actual ban on it.
Exactly. Like, if you're over here trying to ban AR-15s, like, if you want to be legitimate, know how to fucking take the gun apart.
Yeah.
Like, know what AR stands for, really. Understand how the gun functions. Like, if you put all the parts for an AR-15 in front of me, I could put the damn thing together and take it apart. I can make that happen. But I guarantee you the President of the United States of America right now can't. Like, this is not necessarily a rant on me not liking the President. That's for another time. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
For
this decision
for this decision. Because those were some of the other stuff that, like, because I get, I'm not an NRA member yet because I just can't, it's not that expensive, but I want to buy, like, a 10-year membership, and that's a little bit more money than, like, what I can afford right now. Yeah. Just because, like, I want to pay for it all up front and just kind of have the membership for a while.
Yeah, not just, like, bit.
Not just for a year, because for a year, like, per year, like, if you pay yearly...
Yeah, and then do that for 10 years, it's more expensive.
It's more expensive than just buying the 10-year membership.
Yeah, it's kind of like a bundle, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, what I am doing right now is, like, I'm signed up to get daily email alerts of, like, things that are going on revolving around gun control rights and everything.
Yeah.
And so I get those daily, so I get a lot of those articles. Like, one of the big things in California is they're they're basically trying to ban you from owning, like, any gun in the state, pretty much. And they're arguing, like, the biggest argument that people keep throwing at me is, like, what do you need a gun for? And you got police officers. Well, alright, okay. The best argument against that is, what do you need a fire extinguisher for? We've got firefighters. What do you need paramedics for when you've got first aid kits? You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
No, that's
just not how that shit works.
That's a terrible, like, way to try to combat that argument.
It's so frustrating. Like, you're kidding me? Like,
yeah, it just amazes me how much stupidity people can throw out.
Yeah, it's like they don't understand, like, how it really works.
And the media is totally, like, against firearms too. Like, there's an actual, like, hidden article that, like, it's never been, exploited as much as, like the one in that movie theater in what was it, Colorado? Aurora, yeah. There was one, I forgot the place because, of course they don't exploit it. was where there was about a shooting was about to happen, but an off-duty officer luckily was in that establishment, and he was gonna shoot and kill, so that this was a woman, by the way.
Yeah.
That the woman pull out her firearm, boom, and then just like kill him, put him down, and prevented any other death. So
Yeah.
that should kind of tell you firearms aren't always like this like menacing evil thing, like this tool that brings like all this like negative like like stuff to you know what I'm saying.
It's like saying, oh, guns kill people. That's like saying that spoons make people fat.
Like even if
that's
you
really
like sorry, but like even if you take away the gun, there's still always ways to kill people anyway. Even, like you could kill with your fucking hands.
Yeah.
You could strangle a motherfucker to death. So it's like, oh, what are you gonna do? Take away my hands as well?
Yeah, it's like you could beat somebody to death with a rolled up newspaper.
You could punch someone to death.
Yeah, punch somebody to death. You know what? You could poke somebody repeatedly enough, like in the back of the head and neck, throat. Like they will die at some point. You will have caused enough damage poking them that they will die.
Yeah, you should also know that like you take prisons for example. Like people like get killed with fucking broken toothbrushes that they fucking sharpen.
Yeah.
And they like shank the motherfucker. So it's like that's and like that should really tell you that guns aren't the only things that kill people. It's like there's always a way around that, like ain't for anything, and there's always going to be death somehow in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like I said before, you can use your bare hands to take away someone's life. So yeah, so like I don't understand why people are just so much all about complete ban on guns or anything like that.
Yeah. And
another thing that I'm really against gun control is that the fact that gangs that can get access to smuggled weapons.
Mm-hmm.
It's like because of course they don't give a rat's ass about the gun control and all that shit.
Yeah.
You know them. They don't obey the law. Like fuck that shit. So they can get AK-47s anytime they want. So pretty much, and it's, if this ban was active, it's like what the fuck can we do?
Yeah.
Before the cops come or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're left there defenseless.
Pretty much.
That's
you could have your little cute little butterfly knife or whatever the hell, but it ain't gonna help you much.
Yeah, exactly. You're screwed.
Yeah.
You're shit out of luck.
Yeah. You're shit out of luck.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
Even having a pistol would help in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Against anyone with an assault rifle, let's say. Yeah, I mean, just at the end of the day, like there should be something to evaluate the customer before they purchase that firearm, instead of just banning one thing and then like endorse and like, oh, get this, whatever.
Yeah, it's basically like you're punishing so many more people
just because of that one individual.
And like it's actually one of those instances where it's like a whole lot of people are law abiding and very small amounts of people are like causing these big issues. You're like, that's the way it is. And like if you stop and think about it, a lot of these like we call it mass shootings, and the only reason it seems like they're happening a lot is because the media is blowing them up so much.
Yeah.
Like they're not that common, They're not as common as you think they are. But what they for the most part all have in common is that at the end of the shooting, the individual that's like done it ends up killing themselves
or get shot
or getting shot.
Yeah.
So if you just imagine it this way, like if you live in a world where we can legally own just about any firearm that's manufactured for us as the public.
Right.
You live in that world, and you live in a state where it's allowed to carry a concealed firearm, and say you're in a place of business or whatever where it's okay for you to legally have a concealed firearm, some crazy asshole comes running in, say you're in a big old restaurant, the guy comes running in and he just wants to start shooting the fucking place up. He might get off one or two or three shots or whatever, but if you are carrying your concealed weapon and you have done your duty to yourself to be trained in how to use that weapon, you can get down behind something, prepare yourself, get out your weapon, discharge your weapon one or two times, put that individual down, take the life of a crazed person who's come into a situation wanting to kill people, taking them out of the situation. Maybe they've only just wounded 2 or 3 people at this point. They haven't killed 15 or 20.
Yeah.
Because somebody was able to protect themselves and the others around them. You know what I mean? And one of the big things I see with getting these NRA emails is that I see almost every other day in the emails that there's always an instance where they have gone out and found that last night, shop owner pulls out their shotgun in their shop, and defends themselves from armed robbers, because you're not an easy target anymore if you can protect yourself. You pull out your shotgun, you chamber a round, and now somebody's looking down the barrel of a shotgun instead of holding a gun in your face asking you to empty the register. It changes the dynamic significantly. And I'm not saying we all need to be fucking gung-ho.
No, you don't need to be Rambo or anything like that.
You don't gotta be Rambo.
Yeah.
But it just changes the situation a whole lot.
It changes so much.
When, if somebody's coming in with the intent of trying to rob you or whatever, and then you are armed, they kind of look at it oh shit, I can fucking die right now. They might just decide to stop me. Oh, you're not worth it. I'll see you later, and take off and get out of there. You made a pretty big difference in that sense.
Right. Yeah. All right. I think.
Yeah, that was my my little rant there.
Yeah.
Didn't get up on a soapbox or anything. I just got in my head and I kept going on it.
Yeah. Now we're definitely getting a step away from the firearms. There is a thing where Steam is actually coming out with their own operating system. So now it's going to be Linux, Microsoft, Mac OS 10, and then now we're going to have Steam coming up. And I kind of read the article, but it is big. The headline that says, "Here's how Steam OS destroys Microsoft," and then it's more gonna. It seems like it's gonna be more towards a gaming operating system, because of course Steam is where you you buy and download a game on your PC, and it's boom, and let's see. Like Google and Android's Steam OS will be distributed in a way where developers and manufacturers of hardware will be able to modify it. Let's see, with Android manufacturers.
It kind of also seems like it might be really good for home theater PCs.
Yeah.
And for individuals who kind of have one of those set up, they might throw in a hard drive that's partitioned with the Steam OS on it with all their games, and they just flip over and there you go.
Yeah. Just checking on the article. Let's see. This will. Yeah, and it also be integrated with the NVIDIA Shield. Yeah.
That's really cool.
And then with a built-in user base, and then that's pretty much it's pretty much a game-oriented operating system. And I guess when it comes to games, it will rip maybe Microsoft a new hole or anything or something like that. But who knows? Yeah, it has to come out, and then yeah. Yeah, but it seems really cool. That there's gonna be a new operating system, stuff like that.
That is cool.
And all right, let me bring up another thing that I picked up. Yeah, so this is kind of funny because this is about Burger King. This article was posted on pretty much yesterday. And and Burger King is not doing so great. For those who don't know, and we kind of experiencing that because in our city, like all these Burger Kings are shutting down, including the one that's like pretty much a few streets down. And they're actually building a coffee bean and tea leaf.
Fuck that. Burger King back.
I know, right? It's like I'd rather have. I mean, if they're gonna put a coffee shop for Christ's sake, I'd rather have a Pete's coffee than fucking what was it? Oh yeah, coffee bean and tea leaf. I was like, God damn it.
The least they could have done was just been mainstream and made it a damn Starbucks,
Yeah, like their coffee is actually pretty good. Like. Coffee bean, not so much. I had their like mocha frappuccino. It's like, meh. It's like, no, it's not the same. Yeah. But anyways, the reason why I brought Burger King up is that they're actually introducing a lower fat French fry, and there's a photo of it, and it's like it's actually the crinkle cut fries. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I don't know.
Maybe that's how it makes it healthier, is because when it's crinkle cut, there's like less there.
Yeah, less fry, I guess. But not so much lower fat anyway, but less fry. But yeah, but I don't know if that's going to really help at all when it comes to, being able to keep up with, other ones like McDonald's and Carl's and.
Yeah.
It's just really funny that they're resorting to crinkled cut fries.
This is so interesting. We're literally watching the death of a fast food company. Like, Burger King is dying. Like,
they're struggling.
If they're not gone in the next year altogether, I feel like the next 3 years they will be gone.
Yeah, it's like they're hanging onto the cliff by just 2 fingers, pretty much.
Yeah, they're just gripping for dear life at this point.
Remember, they had that one burger and it had like fries in it, and it came with fries.
The fry burger.
The fry burger. Like the fries were in the burger. It's like, why?
that to me was hilarious because that's something that I've done since I was a little kid. Like,
yeah, same here.
I open my burger up on the bottom where there's usually like no condiments or anything.
Yeah.
I put a couple handfuls of French fries, put some ketchup, seal it back up, and eat it. Like that was normal to me. But then now, like, they're trying to market something that I've been doing, like.
Yeah, that customers can do on their own.
Yeah. This is just desperate here.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I definitely did that with McDonald's stuff too.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, this is so funny how you just see Burger King just like struggling, and they're just like now they're doing all these like desperate attempts to try to bring themselves back on to the top. But man, those are just ugh.
I guess we should have seen this coming when chicken fries became a thing.
Oh yeah, chicken fries.
Although those were good, if we're gonna be honest.
Yeah. To be honest, yeah, they're good. But like, yeah, chicken fries. I mean, I will give them credit for stepping to that bound, but chicken fries.
Yeah, it's just kind of one of those random like ideas that I don't know how you came up with that. You must have been desperate or something.
I know, right?
Trying to find any way to market to people.
And it's just so funny how McDonald's never went so far as to doing that.
Yeah, like I was kind of just thinking about this. It was like McDonald's basically like the only things that they've like really had to add to their menu to be like keep up is coffee items. They have salads. And I guess kind of the McWraps, I think they're called, or whatever.
Yeah, McWraps, yeah. Snack wraps,
Yeah. Like that's kind of all they really had to add. I mean, right now I think they're on limited time only. Mighty Wings.
Yeah, Mighty Wings, yeah. I just had those just today.
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, was it like a normal chicken wing?
It's a normal chicken wing. It's pretty much like what you see at like let's say KFC.
I
But
see.
they're a lot better. I'll tell you that much.
Oh,
Yeah, they're not dry. They're not like hard and
Oh.
tough or anything like that.
okay.
They're actually like they have a good texture, pretty good texture for fast food.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's pretty spicy. So if you
Huh.
like it spicy, you know, I would recommend the Mighty Wings.
Yeah, I don't mind spice at all.
Yeah. They're definitely better than KFC. I'll tell you that much. But not Wingstop though. Yeah.
Yeah, Wingstop is it's good.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Missed it. Mondays and Tuesdays, Wingstop does 50-cent wings.
Oh yeah.
So that's time to go.
Yeah, it's the time to go. Yeah. But Burger King, man,
It's really sad.
it is really sad. It-
Like where else am I gonna go to conveniently like placed like Coca-Cola like slushy kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to go 7-Eleven's not really far away, but it's
it's
just
kind of far.
it's not worth it to drive there
Yeah,
like,
just for like
just for that. You
yeah,
know, just for like a Slurpee or something. Like
yeah.
if you're going towards that direction for something else, then I can justify stopping in there.
Yeah, like
But
I remember always going to that 7-Eleven during middle school. But otherwise, yeah,
yeah, because it was like right around the corner. from
Right
middle
around the
school,
corner,
but
yeah.
now it's like
not
kind
really.
of out of the way.
It's not. Yeah, it's kind of farther away from our high school,
Yeah.
and then it's like even farther away from where we actually live.
Yeah.
It just it's just far enough that it's just not worth it
Yeah.
to get a slushy, Coke slushy or wherever you want. But yeah, they used to have those at BK.
Yeah, and I remember they had like a Sprite one.
Yeah, like
At
and
one
a
point-
Fanta.
Yeah.
strawberry
like,
one.
Yeah. And those were good. Like I used to get those all the time.
I think they had didn't it have like a ice cream swirl or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what made it good, man.
Yes.
See, if they kept up something like that, then that would have definitely put them a lot longer. But
Yeah, it's like they just lost all creativity
they did.
altogether, and they're just kind of like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, it kind of went a little crazy with the ideas, and then like they tried actually making their fries thicker too, and just, like at one point, like now
Yeah.
it's just like this is too much for me. I don't like that. I don't like big fries.
Their original fries were really good.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, they're good.
like I've always thought that Burger King fries were better than McDonald's
Yeah,
because they were always crispy.
Yeah. They had a
You know what
right
I mean?
amount of crispiness. And then fucking McDonald's fries were kind of like limp.
Yeah.
A lot of them, and some of them were crispy, but like Burger King had consistent fries. Yeah,
All the time.
yeah. And especially when they're on the bottom, you get the actual really crispy ones.
Yes.
Oh man, those are good.
Good times.
Yeah.
Good times at Burger King.
Times of Burger King, and of course the Whopper.
Yeah, and you know what I really like about their food is that it has a distinct, like it has a flavor.
It does.
And I think we talked about that last time. Like it has a taste to it. Like you can like taste how it was cooked, and I mean that in a good way.
Yeah,
You know, like
they actually put on the charbroil.
yeah, like I don't think I ever had like hamburgers from Burger King that it always tasted exactly the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it kind of had a little bit of individuality to it. when you ate it.
Yeah.
Whereas with McDonald's, like it tastes exactly the same every time. And like I guess that's what fast food chains strive for is for like you have
Consistent,
McDonald's in California, they want it to be the same as McDonald's
Yep.
in like New York,
Yeah.
But I think there's an acceptable degree of like you can
Kind of change it up. Yeah.
you can kind of change it up and you kind of like get a sense of like, oh no, I can taste the natural flavor of how this like how the patty was cooked. You know what I mean? Like and that's nice. It's like when you make a burger at home on your own grill. You can like taste you can taste the difference.
Yeah,
Each
and you
hamburger.
can
It's got like
you can taste the character
yeah.
in that burger. But yeah, that's not gonna happen pretty much.
I know,
within the next year.
It's all gone
you can-
basically.
And it's really fun. Yeah, and this is really fun because we can actually see it happening because all our stores are kind of shutting
Yeah.
down and like. I'm really surprised that the one down on fucking Artesia and Western shut down too.
Yep.
Yep, and then of course the one down in the corner is gone too, and that pretty much, you know, like makes Torrance Burger King list.
Yeah.
So I don't know any other Burger King that's around.
Yeah, I have
No idea.
no idea. I mean, I know of one in Orange County. I think it's still there. You know, that's a long ass way to drive for Burger King.
Yeah. So yeah, same with Quiznos, but
Yeah, I can't even think of where the Quiznos is. Shoot.
yeah, I know, right?
Hey, it's hard to beat that $5 footlong at Subway, though. You know what
I know,
I'm
right?
saying? It's hard to beat that.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought that, you know, Quiznos weren't able to come up with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's business and fast food for you.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. We can talk about one more thing, and then we can wrap it up. Well, I just want to quickly bring up that, you know, Ted Cruz. I think he's a representative. I forget from what state or whatever, or a senator. Anyways, he's gonna do a filibuster on Obamacare.
Attaboy.
Yeah, I just want to briefly bring that up. You just want to say anything before?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm glad that's gonna happen because I personally, I can definitely see, I can already kind of feel Obamacare, if you will, like affecting, like me, because I'm technically a part-time worker, and so what happens is Obamacare, the way it adjusts, like how companies can give healthcare to workers, is it just gets way too expensive for employers to like help individuals and offer them healthcare, and so basically companies are just going to start cutting hours so that you don't work enough to be eligible for health benefits for that company, and then you have to go figure out how to get them, and you're going to get like, you know, third-rate healthcare and everything at that point, and you know that's really kind of shitty. So I mean, I watched a really good video on it, and I can't remember anything the guy said. So it shows you how good it was, right? No, I'm just kidding. It was a really good video, and he pointed out that like how all these other healthcare systems are set up in other countries and how well they work, but then still, yeah, we're the ones that have like the most problems, and the kind of problems that Obamacare would cause was just ridiculous. And even like my mom, who works like a full-time job, you know, like normal kind of job, like it would screw over her too, and like how healthcare is offered to her, and then like, you know, the rest of my family. So like it's just, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. I have another thing that I picked up, and that there was an earthquake in Pakistan, and that earthquake actually created a new island nearby.
The hell?
Yeah. I'm trying to bring up the article. I found it on Yahoo today. Thought it was very interesting. Let's see. I forgot to bookmark it, but yeah, hold on. Blah, 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 blah. Just a moment.
Whoops. I can't spell.
Found it. Looked into the history. Okay, so there's an earthquake. Yeah, it killed 45 in Pakistan, but yeah, it created a new island in the sea. First off, it was a 7.8, and see the earth. Reading it. The earthquake was so powerful that it caused the seabed to rise and create a small mountain-like island about 600 meters off of Pakistan's Gwadar coastline in the Arabian Sea.
Wow.
Yeah. So we got a new island,
Huh.
apparently. And it says officials said scores of mud houses were destroyed by aftershocks in the thinly populated mountainous area near the Quake epicenter. And Balochistan. Hopefully we're getting that right. Huge barren province of deserts and rugged mountains. That's okay. That's just about aftershocks. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just talks about the earthquake damage in Pakistan. But yeah, we got we got a new island. So
That is crazy.
yep, don't know what the fuck they're gonna name it, but yeah, and I don't know who's gonna. I don't know. Wait, yeah, I don't know who's gonna live there either. So
Birds.
birds, probably some new life. You know.
There you go. That's a picture of it. That's that way off in the distance.
Oh wow, yeah, is that natural? It's kind of like it's kind of like a Catalina kind of reminds you of Catalina.
Yeah, it looks like it
A little bit.
Oh, I wonder how big. I feel like it can't be that big though.
It's 600 meters. It says 600 meters and in parentheses yards for some reason.
Okay.
Don't know why.
Yeah, meters and yards aren't the same.
They're not the
guys,
same
so-
fucking thing. So get your units right.
Intriguing. Huh, so I mean, I guess it's
Yeah.
fairly large.
If it's 600 yards, that's pretty much 6 football fields.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
That's pretty big. But if it's 600 meters, yeah, I don't know about that. But I don't know my meters. So I'm not, because I don't live in any other country.
Yeah.
So, us, we're Americans. So,
Actually, yeah, that's actually not that big, because the track is 400 meters.
the one at north.
I think so. Right? Am I doing this right?
You're talking about the one at north.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's around
400 meters around, I think.
I believe it's around that. Yeah.
Because 1,600 meters is like a mile, ish.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's 600 meters, it's
That's
Yeah,
not.
it's-
Yeah.
it's kind of small. So
Yeah, but I believe it's 600 yards then, if that's the case.
or maybe they mean 600 meters and it's just really small. I don't know.
It probably is very, very.
These assholes need to get their shit together.
I know. Yeah.
God damn it, then.
Yeah. Whatever. Either way, there's an island off the in the Arabian Sea, so that was really interesting.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Not all the death and destruction, but
Yeah, the island.
Yeah.
not the death. Yeah, condolences to the people who lost and got injured and all that. I also want to bring up one more thing, kind of quickly before we sign off, and that more of our products are being made in America
that's what's up.
Yep, and instead of China, because it's just because of how costs is kind of changing around, and I briefly read on it. So hold on. Let's see. Survey found in driver. Yeah, it says, as lower energy prices and declining labor costs make America a cheaper place to manufacture goods, China's dynamics are also changing. So yeah, it's pretty much one of the main reasons why more of our stuff is being made in America rather than China.
Yeah.
Yep, so... Yeah, it's always kind of iffy that our stuff is being made in China rather than here.
Yeah.
Especially like how they're what they use in their paint.
Yeah. And like the conditions that they work under. and everything.
Yeah.
It's gonna-
Kind of really iffy. Let's see. Already, several technology giants have shifted its production back to the U.S. Google chief Eric Schmidt said it cost about the same to produce its Texas-made Moto X device locally as it would in Asia. All right, so you know the Moto X is made in here now. And then Apple, Tim Cook made a big splash last year when he announced production of some Mac computers will be shifted to America. Yes.
That's funny. They could literally just make 2 here and call it some. Like,
right. Anyway, still.
I guess it still counts.
Yeah. But still, our computers are gonna be made in the U.S. Kinda. Yeah. Let's see. If there's any more, most component suppliers for tech companies are based in Asia, while China has far more skilled engineers needed to meet swelling global demand for smartphones and devices than the U.S. Yeah, that's pretty much
Makes
it.
sense.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna sign off. Thank you guys for listening to our podcast. Hope you find this one enjoyable, especially with the guns.
Yep.
Yeah, and our little talk about BK.
Yeah. What's more American than Burger King and firearms?
I know, right? That is such an American podcast, right? All right. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for listening. See you guys next time.
Have a good night.